This is the story of the salvage of a small yacht, a 35-foot Benito. The name of it was P. Laury. That was en route from the Hague, Guadeloupe to St. Barths. It had 5 persons on board: the owner, his girlfriend, and an 11-month-old baby, and 2 others. And they were going to St. Barths, and they took the uncommon route of going around the east coast of Antigua and Barbuda and then northerly onto St. Barths, rather than go under Antigua, Barbuda and onto St. Barths, which is the one most yachts would normally use. And they were doing it at night. He sailed, they misjudged their navigation, again before the time of GPS, and sailed into the windward barrier reef of Barbuda on a windy night above Pelican Bay. And it's not a nice place to be at all, especially in bumpy weather. And they quickly abandoned the boat and made their way across the bay, Welch's Bay, towards Pelican Point on a moonlight night again, all with everybody and their personal belongings on board, and made it to the beach, a beautiful beach. They were 6 miles away from the closest human habitation in Barbuda, and they set off walking towards the glare on the horizon, which was Cocoa Point, arriving there in morning at daybreak. And they returned to the stranding site the next morning with the police from the village, and by then the vessel had been washed over the reef and up onto the rocky coastline at Pelican Point. I was then involved. We were called by the Coast Guard, who put us in touch with the Barbuda police, and we were asked to come over and get it off the coastline. And we went over there, pulled it off without much ado. It's a small vessel, got it back to Antigua, went to Jolly Harbour and hauled it out with the travel lift. And as it was rested on the ground by the travel lift, I was standing there watching it. The hull had taken such a beating that it had literally gone soft, and as they rested it on the hull literally bent inwards with the pressure of the keel. And they put it on some stands, and it didn't have much value really. They eventually did come and collect it and take it back to Guadeloupe. I don't know what happened with it after that. But some interesting points here is that when they abandoned the vessel and got into the rubber dinghy and were making their way to shore, they could actually see in the moonlight a shark circling the rubber dinghy. And not only that, their flare gun for some odd reason went off inside the dinghy, and they managed to grab a hold of it and throw it overboard. So they indeed had a very challenging night, but it ended all well apart from the damage to the boat.